Hello everybody and welcome to another episode here on Holme Wold Farm. We are now on our way to do our drilling contract for the farm that we decided to help with their ploughing. Well, they now want us to go to drill their last field of canola for them, so we're now on the way to do that. We do have the combine out of the shed again. We also had a late oat contract come in, and it's looking likely that we're going to get some corn and sunflower contracts as well. So with our little tiny combine, it's going to be very busy over the next few days of the game, but that's the way we like it. The money keeps coming in. You know, we're looking to develop, we're looking to do a lot of work, as I said in the previous video, over winter. So yeah, while the money keeps coming in from these contracts, we'll keep taking it because, as I've previously stated, we won't be allowed to do any more contracts once winter comes in. That is it. We have to then survive purely on the things that we do. So we're getting in as much as we can. We've got I think it's 2 sugar beet contracts to do as well. So again, we obviously don't have the equipment to do it, so we've had to borrow. So because we've had to borrow equipment to do it, we're taking a bit of a hit out of the money that we'll get for it. But as I say, I don't have sugar beeting equipment, and these fields are a little bit too big to do it with the little trailed Grimmy sugar beet harvester. So we'll have to take the hit and hire. I think we've got 2 sugar beet harvesters, if I remember correctly. As I say, just because these fields are pretty big, and I want that contracting done quite quickly. So the farm with the contracting of the sugar beet have requested that we tip the sugar beet on the end of the field, close to the hedge that's near the road, and then the idea is a bit later on in the year they will come along and with the roper mouse and basically load it over the hedge, so that the lorries are not treading down the field. So that's the plan, I think their plan and what they're looking to do. I think this cornfield here on the right is one that we're going to be doing. So yeah, as I say, busy, but we are running out of days, and soon the contracts will also run out. So we're desperate to try and get it done. We've still got another couple of fields of potatoes to do. So that will be probably done off camera, I would have thought, and then within the next episode, maybe 2 episodes, we will then be heading into winter and the farm expansion plans, and also as well heading into spring. So this is the field that we're coming to do their contract canolaing on. So turn the flashes off. And we will just for a second switch the hoods on, because I need to make sure that I've turned the tram lining off. Otherwise we're going to be tram lining in odd formations. So let's have a little look at that, make sure it's turned off. Right, don't want to turn it off with the tram lines on. There we go. Just make sure tram lines off because they don't require the tram lines. We'll drill the headlands first. It's been really dry, so whoop. What's happened here? Let's try that again. It's been really dry, so can drill the tram lines happily first. It's going to take a little while, obviously. With this 5 metre drill, but I do like this little 5 metre record curvilinear drill. I find it's a very good drill when you're starting out. I do apologise. I'm still quite throaty and husky from last week, sorry. Honestly, my mind today is all over the place. I think I've got a little bit of man flu coming. But yeah, so no, the headlands can be drilled first, and then we will endeavour to then just drill it up and down in the normal way. I use the markers. It's not very often that I tend to use GPS when contracting, but even if I was using GPS, I would still use the markers, because the amount of times I've been drilling on the game, pressed the wrong button with my GPS and then lost the track that it's on, or quit the game, forgot to save the GPS track, and then I'm sort of like knackered because I haven't been using the markers, I've just been using the GPS. So I now, in the habit of, always use the markers. It doesn't matter if I forget to save it, the mark will tell me where my next breed is, and then I can redo the GPS track from there. It was something as well that I used to do in real life. We didn't have to, but when I was drilling, I used to do a lot of the autumn drilling contract, and then quite a bit of the spring drilling, and we were encouraged to still use the marks, again really for that reason, that if the GPS went down, you know, I could still sort of carry on and know where I'd been, just because of how because we had the mark in the field, so I could just keep going, sort of thing. And it's just something, as I say, that I've sort of done in farming sim, because the amount of times that I've either cancelled the track, or I've forgotten to save the course, and then been in trouble. Right. That potato field over there is a little bit of a mess. Didn't quite go far enough that time. Go right back into the corner of the field. So yeah, I'm looking forward to winter on the game, actually. As I say, we've got the little bit of sugar beet to do, but I'm gonna sort of be looking forward to starting the work on the farm and arranging it how I sort of want it to look, and getting the sheds and everything that I want on the farm, you know, ready for the way that we do it. The price for the hay pellets is still going up, so it might be that I might do either a video of me loading hay pellets, or I'll do a quick video of me loading some hay pellets, and then you kind of get to see that in action with the forklift. We'll be using the JCB for that job. That's currently doing straw pellets with the hay pelleter, is what I was trying to say. we will be getting that down to the farm to load the hay pellets. Right, that's one breed done. We'll probably do 3, maybe 4 breeds, or 4 rounds on the outside, on the headlands, and then we'll do up and down. As I say, because it's dry, it doesn't matter that you're sort of turning and twisting on the headlands. But if it was wet, you definitely wouldn't do the headlands first, because by the time you'd got over and done the field, you would have caused quite a lot of compaction and in general, we found on our lighter lands that you know, the seeds wouldn't really germinate with that, so we had to sort of do it according to how the land was and the weather and the conditions and stuff. Made that corner a little bit untidy, and we'll tidy that up. So yeah, I hope so far everyone's enjoying the videos that we're doing. It's very strange now, sort of playing the game and sort of trying to think of content and video. You know, normally I just sort of load the game in, and one day I would play Green Hills, one day I would play Holme Wold, and I'd just sort of be doing it like that for myself. I'd just be alternating every day. But now I'm kind of having to think, you know, well actually we've seen me potato harvesting, or we've seen this, you know, and it's been quite a challenge. I'm hoping that at some point this week I will have some new video editing equipment or software, so I'll be able to do slightly better things and be able to record for longer, and therefore include much more in the videos, but do time lapses and stuff like that, rather than me just yabbering for 26 minutes or half an hour or whatever it is that it's been. As I say, I do dramatically want to improve. I want to do a lot of things that I've been sort of thinking about doing for many years, and just sort of haven't had the confidence or whatever to do, and I've sort of now bitten the bullet and just sort of gone with it really, and just sort of thought, well, you know, it's okay talking about it, you know, you need to actually sit and do it, and you know, that's what we're doing now. We're sitting and doing it, but it is a very odd way now for me to play 2 maps. It's kind of like when actually we had that in last episode, because I had I think 2, maybe 3 ploughing contracts. So I've obviously have done those 2 off video, and then, as I say, we had the canola to drill here. We've got a wheat field to drill. It's either in that field there where the potatoes are, or it's the field behind me. I think it's the field behind me actually. So we've got the wheat to drill in there. We've got, I think, 2 fields of wheat to drill and 1 field of barley. And then, and as I say, we're going to do some sugar beeting as well. I'd like to do a video on the sugar beeting. I'll be driving the tractor and trailer for that video, and my 2 workers will obviously be driving the 2 harvesters. So we'll get that set up and going. And as I say, the request from the farmer on that one is that we do tip along the roadway inside the hedge, so the sugar beet on the field side of the hedge, and then we just load over the hedge when we come to load them up. which is something that I'm hoping to be a part of, but you know, I might not be, so we'll wait and see on that, but I'm hoping that I'll be a part of it, because it would be good to see. Even if I'm not a part of it, we'll probably go down and we'll have a look. We do quite a lot of work for the farm that the sugar beet is for, so I'm sure they'll be kind enough to tell me when it is, and as I say, we can then go and have a look at it in action. It's an amazing piece of kit, the Roper Euro mouse. Never actually been on one, but I've been working in a field where there has been one, and I've been on the tractors and on the tractor and trailer and emptying the sugar beet into the heap while it's there, loading them straight into lorries. So although I've never been on one, I have been in the same field as one, and it's, as I say, it's amazing. Sometimes I have to admit, the very first day that I was in the field with it being operated, I spent most of my day watching that and not really watching the sugar beet harvest. A couple of times yeah, a message over the radio would come over of, "Hey, where's my cart driver? Oh, there he is, busy watching the bloody mouse again." And so I have to go over and rapidly unload. I just find, you know, farming and farming equipment amazing. Like, you know, love it. And yeah, I'd unfortunately be watching everything else and not really. I think that's one of the fields that we've got to harvest. So with that in mind, I'm guessing that we would probably be loading along that hedge there, although there's 2 trees there, so unless he's got something else for us to or somewhere else for us to unload, as I say, there's trees in the way there, unless obviously we're just doing in the gaps between the trees. But this will be the last round on the headland now, and then we will start going up and down. We'll start looking at the direction that we need and going up and down. As I say, quite like that tractor. It's a very nice tractor, that is. One day we hope to own the new 8R. This is the slightly older version, but yeah, I'd like to own the quad track one. I think that would be quite nice. It would be a nice addition to our farm. That would be, where we'd have a tractor not only on tracks, but also a tractor that's versatile enough to do sort of grain carting as well as field work. I mean, you can use the Challengers for grain carting if you really want to. Again, it's something that we have done before on the farm that I worked on in the autumn when we used to start potato harvesting around about the 12th of August, usually in and around that sort of time, and we'd still be combining at that point. But so we'd either have our Challengers running alongside the potato harvester, or we'd have our Challengers go off with the combines and our tractors and trailers go off with the potato harvesters. We had 2 Grimmy self-propelled potato harvesters. We also had a dwarf one, but that only ever had the same tractors and trailers, so we didn't tend to that was on our other farm, and we didn't tend to get involved with that one too much when I was working on the farm. As I say, my main job was on the main farm, on the arable farm. So the way the farm was broken up, we had a dairy So you would either be on dairy team, arable team, or veg team, and the veg team would be spread across like Brussels, cabbages, lettuces, you know, all the veg. And then you would have, we used to have 6 workers that were what were referred to as floaters, which sounds wrong, but essentially they went between all of them, so they you know they were able to sort of do pretty much any job on the farm, and we also they tended to be the older guys as well, that didn't sort of want to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours out in the field. You know, they sort of liked a day here and a day there, a bit of variety and stuff. So, and then if it was really wet, and we were sort of snatching at trying to get things done, and we would then start running machinery 24 hours a day. So then what would happen is that they would basically, they and us would alternate in the day and night shift, to try and get the work done. As I say, it was 8,000 owned, 8,000 acres of owned land, and then another 5, I think it was, I can't remember now, another 5,000 acres of hired land or leased land. We used to hire a lot of our potato land. And then, as I say, there were, when smaller farms in the area either gave up or sold up or whatever, then it was usual that we would take the land and sort of expand the farm that way. So yeah, I mean, sometimes with the taking over of the smaller farms, we would lease the land off them so that at least they still had some income coming in. Sometimes it would be bought, but yeah. So we'll start the up and down now. So we've come down to what sort of is roughly the straightest edge, and we'll start doing the up and down now. It does mean there's going to be a bit of overlap. This is the gauze again, but eventually we will run out of gauze and we'll be fine. So off the mark there. Now the best way to do this is to turn. This is the best way for me to do it anyway. Turn, line yourself up, and then go back in a straight line if you can. And then you'll find where the next bit, because otherwise what will happen is you'll turn too soon, and you'll end up with a huge curve and it won't be straight. And obviously the idea of drilling is that you keep it as straight as you can. And sometimes find it easier in cab as well, because I can sort of line myself up with the edge of the mark. So I know that the way this drill works, I want to be as much over to the edge of the mark as I can be. Otherwise we're overlapping. We'll just see whether that is. So yeah, we're about there. And yeah, we'll get this drilled. It's not a particularly big field, and with canola the drill's not going to be emptying all that rapidly. So yeah, it won't be a particularly long contract, this one. We've got the farm just over there, should we need to refill, but I don't think we will do. I think we'll have enough. I think we'll have enough. this game would be virtually impossible to play without course play. I was just looking there in the top left at the combine filling up again, and now going on to unload. He's just looking for the best way to the trailer, hence the reason for the little bit of lag. But I'd never be able to get all done what I want to do, you know, and I would sort of never be able to expand the way that I want to do on the games that I play, because, you know, if you're having to do the tractor and trailering and the combining and everything yourself, obviously everything takes, you know, sort of 2-3 times as long. So course play really does change this game and really does allow you to play this game you want. And for some reason I'm seriously overlapping there. I don't know why that was. Never mind. You never saw nothing, right? And you won't tell no one. But yeah, for whatever reason, it was seriously overlapping there. As far as I could tell, I was lined up with the edge of the mark. Perhaps I wasn't. Obviously I wasn't, because otherwise I wouldn't have overlapped. Either that or I've turned in and not realised. Right, according to that I should be here. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I've you've probably seen enough now of me drilling, and I've sort of updated you a little bit on the farm, in case you're wondering why there wasn't a Green Hills Estate episode after the last Holme Wold episode, and you're getting 2 of those in a row. I recorded my Green Hills Estate video. We were in the spring. We'd sold the silage that we'd made at the end of the previous autumn. We were in the spring. I had bought another field, I think, or maybe 2 fields. Updated a little bit of the equipment. Actually managed to put a shed in and start to sort of build the farm the way that we're looking to sort of build it. And my little lad, who's 7, you know, Dad, can I play on my farm? It's like, yeah, you can play on your farm if you like. And somehow managed to find the where the videos are sort of stored until I publish them, and it was a case of I went to upload the video this morning and it wasn't there. And I said to him, have you been in this folder? And he said yes. And I said, oh, did you touch any of my videos? And he was like, he goes, well, I deleted that one because I'd already seen it. And it's like, well, yeah, you may have already seen it, but I needed to put it up onto YouTube, so I'm having to redo it all again, because there were some things in that particular episode that I thought would be quite good to see on camera. So I'm having to redo it again, and also and I did say to him that I wouldn't tell nobody, because he was very sorry, but he deleted the save game as well, so that was very nice of him. And when I said to him, why did you delete the save game, and he said, well, I wanted one of the first 3 slots and your 3 games were taking up the first 3 slots, so I just deleted the middle one. And decided that I would be in the middle, which unfortunately was my Green Hills Estate thing, so he sort of got rid of that as well, then loaded his game in, and of course all the backup save files have been replaced by his save game, so I'm having to quickly redo. So I thought just so there was a video today, I thought I'd chuck this one out. or do this one, just because we were doing a different job. Yeah, I just want to try and keep the videos sort of as regular as I can. So I thought I would do this, but I wasn't going to initially show the drilling because, you know, it's sort of something that is fairly self-explanatory, and I thought, well, you know, I'll get onto some sugar beeting with the 2 harvesters and, you know, get the end of the potato contracts done. So I've got a couple of fields left of that now, and yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's been a bit of a babbly video today because, as I say, I think I've got a touch of man flu coming and my mind's kind of not on the job and my voice is not holding up all that great. But I still hope you've managed to enjoy it, and I'll see you again in the next one, which hopefully, now that my little boy is at his mum's, might actually be on Green Hills Estate, and it might actually get published before it gets deleted. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much and for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and also please do comment, because as I've said before, I really will answer all of them, and it's good to hear and know what people are liking and not liking. But anyway, thanks for now. Bye bye.